Three biggest mistakes to avoid in your teens and early 20s. Now, I was watching a video the other day, guys. It had to have been somebody around the age of 30, and they were doing a video like this one, talking about what they did wrong in their 20s and what they wish they knew. Now, this inspired me a bit, and I got some inspiration to do this video. Because me right now, I'm 20, I'll be 21 soon, but in my early teen years, I made a lot of mistakes, and I messed up quite a bit. But the good thing about making mistakes is you can then look at things introspectively and see what you did wrong. And the cool thing is that there's people out there in your age group right now, or in the age group that you were before. Like, there's teenagers out there, right? And I can talk about these mistakes in hopes that they avoid them and learn from my mistakes. This video is aimed for people in their teens or in their 20s like me, but anybody could watch it. Now, with that being said, I'll move on to one of the biggest mistakes, aimlessness. Aimlessness is very dangerous, and it can lead to all the other mistakes. So that's why I made it number one. Aimlessness occurs when you're not sure what you are doing with your life or why you are doing it. This makes it very easy for you to become influenced, especially by people you shouldn't be influenced by. And before you know it, if you give into influence, you can find yourself having self-destructive habits you did not have before. Aimlessness will catch you by surprise. Aimlessness is hard to break out of, so I want you guys to be aware of this now. Being purpose-driven, though, is the opposite and positive version of aimlessness. This is what we should all strive for. Purpose, you have values, principles, and you know why you are doing what you are doing. You won't be easily influenced to do things that are not aligned with your purpose. This is why purpose is so important. With that being said, let's move on to the second biggest mistake I wish I avoided and I want to tell you about so you can be aware and smarter than me. Now, this mistake is lifestyle inflation. Rapid lifestyle inflation. You want to keep lifestyle inflation down to the minimum, at least until you have a business that's taken off and you have good passive incomes coming in and you can sustain yourself in that way. Now, let me talk about why lifestyle inflation is dangerous, especially at an early age. Okay, so let's say you just got out of school or something, you get yourself a construction job or something like that. Maybe you got a little bit of the aimlessness, but you know, everything's going cool. You're working, but you see your coworkers, right? And they all have nice trucks of the year. And if you're aimless, you don't know what you want, you kind of get like influenced by that. You're like, all the coworkers got trucks of the year. Why don't I get one? You know, like, I've been working hard. Maybe you get a raise or two. You're like, man, if they can do it, why can't I? You know, and then so you go out, you get a loan, boom, the truck of the year is yours. This is a type of lifestyle inflation, guys, because think about it. What have you essentially done by doing this? If you've not worked much, if you've not been like grinding out like at a normal 9 to 5 for years, let me break this down for you. Essentially what you've done is you've trapped yourself to having to be forced to work for a few years until you pay off that loan. And let's say you had dreams of a certain side hustle or something. Now you have less time for the side hustle, less money to invest into the side hustle because you wanted that truck of the year. You gave into lifestyle inflation. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting yourself like a nice pair of sneakers here and there, that nice shirt. Just make sure you're grinding, you know, make sure you're looking to make something of value and preferably a nice business that's going to provide you income, passive income preferably, things like this. Because I see it all the time, guys. I know so many people in debt. They're pretty much forced to work. And you know, for some people, they like that. You know, they like the comfortability. And if the job is secure, they don't mind grinding out like 10 years or something, maybe 20, maybe 30 for a house. But to me, I see through it, guys. I see this as a form of like extreme lifestyle inflation, you know. When does it end, you know? Like, when is it ever enough? I've noticed this, and I've noticed a lot of people give into lifestyle inflation, myself included, you know, like, especially when I was younger, especially now even, like, I've made some mistakes, guys. Like, I've gotten some things, some vehicles, things I didn't really need. Maybe just because of the looks, or just because like everybody had it, right? But what I want you guys to realize is you're pretty much forcing yourself to work for like a certain amount of time, because you have to pay that off, guys. You know, if you get a loan or something, you have to pay it off. This is why I think it's smarter to save up money and then get your first car that way. In certain dealerships, maybe it'd be worth it there. You get like a good rate, but yeah, guys, be aware of lifestyle inflation, because I would hate for you guys to find yourself in a job that you do not enjoy, being forced to work it for a few years because you got something you didn't really need, a car or something like that. And you know, like, it's just a part of life sometimes, guys, you know, like grinding out those 9-to-5 jobs. You know, me personally, I work construction, but I don't get too much fulfillment from it, you know. I got these side hustles. I got the YouTube grind. I'm doing other things. A lot of things that I got planned and I'm excited for, guys. When you give into lifestyle inflation, you get all those cars and like, I don't know. I do not believe it's very wise, guys, because you take away time that you could be investing into your side hustle or your business. And like, I just do not believe it's very wise. So if you're in your teens right now or you're young, take this into consideration, guys. Think about what you like doing. Think about what would bring you fulfillment. Beware of lifestyle inflation, because I know how it feels, guys. I know how it feels to be having to live paycheck by paycheck, giving those payments every month, and it is not that fulfilling, guys. It's not what I want for you. And my piece of advice to you would be, look inward. What do you enjoy doing? What could you see yourself doing for a long time? What comes easily to you? Could you like have an online business, or could you do like a SMMA or something like that? Because I don't know, guys, it's just the way I see it. Maybe I have an entrepreneurship type of mindset, but like, I see right through the 9-to-5 bullshit. I started working construction since I was like 16, because, you know, I got myself into trouble. I had to pay some things off. I wanted to start helping my family. And man, some places, and like, usually it's not worth it, guys, especially in construction, because like, there's some people that would treat you like trash there, and you're just doing the best that you can. And I want you guys to avoid this. I don't want you guys to be out there suffering in jobs that don't bring you fulfillment. So yeah, beware of lifestyle inflation. Look inward, guys. See what would truly bring you joy doing. Look at what you could do to provide value to the market and how you could make income in an honest way. Because like, man, just something about the 9-to-5 grind, guys. It's really not it. But that's my piece of advice for you on this thing here, guys. Be wary of lifestyle inflation and avoid it where you can. Now, with that being said, we move on to the third and final mistake that I wish that I had avoided, which is third and final of the 3 biggest mistakes to avoid, which is substance abuse and reckless behavior. This was big back then, guys, when I was like in middle school even. It was big. So I can only imagine how big it has gotten now. You know, you just start to see it at that point, especially middle school. You know, you'd see the kids. Well, my middle school at least. Hopefully yours is better, and you can't relate to this. But I know high school it'll be like this for many high schoolers. But like, you know, that's the age you start to see people like smoking weed, maybe even like doing things in the bathroom, hitting the freaking pen. You know. And yeah, guys, like, if you're not careful, you could be led down to substance abuse and reckless behavior. Sadly, I speak about this from experience. Aimlessness can lead to it. What leads most and what seemed to have led me was unhealed childhood trauma, not knowing how to deal with it, how to deal with certain things, not knowing how to do shadow work. These things, guys, can, if left unchecked, can lead you down to a very dangerous path, especially when you're, you know, in your teens or like around or a little older than that. I speak from experience, guys, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous to not look inwards, to not ask yourself why. Because you will find that you may try to numb yourself. You'll try to numb yourself like smoking, drinking, and this can spiral out of control quickly, guys. I've seen it a lot with my peers when I was younger, you know, when I was in my teens. I still see it right now. It spirals out of control quick. You know, it could just start off ditching a few classes. Before you know it, you're hanging around the wrong crowd. Before you know it, you're smoking a little bit of weed. And as you know, weed for some people could be a gateway drug. So after a while, now you're doing a few drugs at a time. And as time passes, the reckless behavior will continue to stack up. And before you know it, you can find yourself failing school and having a criminal record, which is something that unfortunately happened to me, guys. This is why I'm so passionate about what I speak about and why I want to spread this message. I want you guys to avoid these things that cost me a lot of trouble, that cause me a lot of pain. I want you all to have this wisdom and be better than me and avoid these things. Because if you avoid these mistakes, guys, that I myself have made, I'm certain that it can set you up for success at an early age. Who doesn't want that, you know? I don't know, guys. I don't believe it's ever too late. And you can always change for the better. You can always improve. But I hope that what I said to you, what's the word? I just hope that it lights up a bulb in your head, especially if you're young, you know, in your teens. Because if you can avoid these mistakes and you can stay disciplined, if you can stay driven, I know you can reach a very high level of success. But yeah, guys. Let me get not too off topic in this video. This was a semi-scripted video. I had done some notes, and I kind of went off on those. I do enjoy making these videos, guys. Sometimes it takes me a little longer, though. But those have been the 3 biggest mistakes to avoid in your early teens. No, your teens and your early 20s. Yeah, I went off script quite a few times, guys. This is just me talking right now, but dang, guys. You see that, though? I might have to make some gym videos soon, guys. Like, I've been making, like, some pretty good progress. I was tracking it. I've gained some, like, muscle mass and stuff. My body fat percentage has gone down. Because I do, like, in-body scans sometimes, but yeah, guys. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. You're awesome. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm going to keep grinding. I got so many ideas. I'm very excited, guys, to be doing this. I appreciate everybody who's watching, who's tuning in. But yeah, this has been the 3 biggest mistakes to avoid in your teens and early 20s. I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.